gonna have a good time.
In the world where we trial and tested, they jar protected, gave them powers for breakfast. Not much hours and hours that I've invested, though I channel the powers that can't be messed with. Powers.
I am mad. It's myself, 100 Eyes from the Powers for Breakfast show, the most edutaining podcast in the UK. Are you mad? Joining me today, we have a very special guest, yeah? He goes by the name of Coach L. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, thank you, man. I'm good, 100.
Coach L, you know, big Coach L, you know. You know what? I'm honored to have you in the studio today because the history is nuts and how far you progressed in life is mad. And I feel like you need to share your journey with the world and let them know what Coach L is really about.
Appreciate
you feel me?
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you giving me the platform, man. This is, hey, I'm only here because of you, you know. The Power Show, it's the future.
When I start laying out to the people the powers and how I know you and how we can reconnected again, it's going to be so crazy. But we're going to give them little by little because you know little by little a lot gets done. You feel me?
Yeah, 100.
So talk to them, brother. Where you from?
Hey, born and raised, man. Come on, born and raised, East London's finest. Born and raised, Forest Gate. Yep, 40 years now we've been there, my family.
40 years?
40, mum moved in there. Well, 43 since I've been born, so we've been, that's the foundation. We've been in Forest Gate. There.
Where was you before that? Where was like?
Born and raised. Mum was in...
origin? Where's your mum's origin?
Montserrat.
Montserrat. You from Montserrat?
Yeah, dad's from Jamaica.
Okay.
Dad's Jamaica, mum's Montserrat, so she moved over here and she's like 13.
13.
Moved to Manor Park.
Manor Park. So she's been in the East End from then.
From the island to the ends, man.
Hey, look, I'm gonna say it, yeah. His mother is the tallest woman.
Come on.
She's like what, 6'5", 6'3"?
Nah. Mum's about 5'11".
No way.
You're not that tall though, G.
She used to have the heels on as well, though, innit?
Mum's tall to a lot of people still, but you know what I mean? Nah, she's about 5'11". About 5'11" still.
Okay. What I remember you as a youth, when I used to go around the cage, you was always playing basketball, my bro. Slam dunking that all day long. So when did you first fall in love with basketball, and what was the first memory that you knew, like, boom, this is my journey?
That's a great question. I think I first started when it was a summer holiday. I was about 15. And my mum took us to Montserrat on a summer holiday, 6 weeks holiday. Okay. I remember it like it was yesterday because I didn't want to go.
Okay.
You know, 6 weeks holiday, you would have stayed the ends, water fights. And
I heard that.
I was like, we're going back to my island for 6 weeks. Anyway, we're out in Montserrat and meeting the family and that. And I remember backing up on one park, we was walking somewhere and I see some basketball park. Big men there, like grown men there, dunking and playing. So I'm just sitting on the sidelines watching, and I just remember just watching these men flying out the gym, these Caribbean men just balling. And I did that for about a week.
Watching them?
Just watching them, because you know what I mean? Just turn up to the park, watching them. Funny story, dude gets injured.
Okay.
Need a man to play. I'm on the sideline, innit? They say, come on, come play, innit?
Okay.
I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
How old did you say he was?
I was about 10, I was about 15.
10. How tall were you? You don't mind me asking.
I was quite tall still. I was probably about 6'1" maybe.
Okay, yeah.
But the thing was, they were grown men. I was 15, mate. So that's where I got my love. They threw me in there. I was getting bullied. But just to be up there and running up and down was big, man. I just remember I did that every day after that. Every day I was at that park, and I come back home and I was
on it.
I was nice.
You're a new person.
Like, I was a new baller. Like, everybody was like, well, you been there. Like, how come you can shoot and how come you can do this? And they didn't know I was out in the Caribbean for 6 weeks balling with the hoopers. So that's where I picked up my real love for it. And I come back and I never look back.
What's Montserrat like? Well, I don't hear much about Montserrat.
Man. It's like most of Caribbean islands, man. Everyone knows each other.
Can you give me a fun fact?
Like
about Montserrat? I don't know much about it. All I know, Black Ripper's from there and he passed away.
The volcano. You know, it's notorious for the volcano. So when I went out there, like 92, I think they had a volcano like the late 90s, which pretty much destroyed the island. So a lot of Montericians come to London.
Okay.
So I kind of went out there just before the volcano. So it's known for having volcanoes. But other than that, the people, the food, it's a lovely island, man. Beautiful.
What's the biggest exports, do you know?
Nah.
Sugarcane or something?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably, but...
Okay, boom.
Little island, innit? St. Kitts, Nevis, Antigua, Montserrat, all those little islands are all close to each other.
Do you go there regular?
Nah, I haven't been since I was 15, to be honest.
No,
the volcano hit though. Once the volcano hit and I saw everyone coming over here, I was like, well, what we got over there for? But years later, they've built it up now slowly. But
I think the ash covered the whole island.
stuff,
Yeah,
a lot of people had to leave. But I would like to go back there still. Okay. I would. But yeah, I've been there, and that's where I picked up my love for basketball. To answer your
Does your mum go back regular still?
Nah, mum's
She's
she's
settled
been since I've been here.
Wow.
Volcano really shut it down.
Serious?
Yeah, it really shut it down, man. A lot of people didn't go back after that.
Is your lot of family members still there, or they come over
I've
here?
got a few mum, sisters and that, but a lot of them come over here.
Oh, wow, they all just immigrated. They said, you know what, it's that time.
Enjoy the rest of the family in England, but
So talk to me anyway. So you come all back to UK.
yeah.
Boom, you're a new man. You found your passion, and you just started applying it. So what was the next move after that?
The next move after that was finding a team.
A team.
'Cause I was good in school, and obviously everyone's seeing me play basketball in school, and they're like, "Well, you know what I mean? He's pretty good." But I never had a club.
What school did you go?
Tom Wood in Leytonstone.
Oh, mad.
Yeah,
That's down Canal Road.
Leytonstone,
Yeah.
Waltham Forest.
Yeah.
So I had a couple of ballers from there still older than me. I used to watch play, but for my year group, they never had a team.
Okay.
So it was about finding a club. What I did after that was youth centre, Forest Gate. Youth centre.
You was always in there as well, my bro.
That was like my club. Like there, we're balling every day.
Shout out Forest Gate Youth
Oi,
Centre.
come on,
we got to shout out
Forest
Forest
Gate
Gate
Youth
Youth
Centre,
Centre,
man.
It's done wonders for me.
For the community, for
Oh
the man
my
there, bro.
gosh.
That if you said it wasn't there, and I tell people this up to today, I wouldn't be standing there right now talking, for sure.
Big up people like Adrian.
Youth worker that was really putting in work.
You know
with the
Adrian,
youth.
yeah.
Come on, man.
Big up Adrian.
Come
man.
on, Adrian.
Imran, big up them man there. Them man really done their thing. Like, salute.
Salute
From me.
From me.
Hey.
Real talk, like Forest Gate Youth Centre, it nurtured me from basketball, man. It was literally 4 till 6.
Okay.
That's what we used to do after school, go straight to youth centre.
Okay.
4 till 6 basketball. Then they used to close for an hour. Man, go home and get changed.
Back at 7.
Come back at 7 till 10. We did that every day for years, and that was literally just basketball. Because, we had snooker, football.
Imagine most youth centres are closed now as well. So imagine what it did for us, and we're testimonies for it.
That time from 4 till 10 o'clock off the roads was vital, was key.
Look what it done for you.
I tell people up to today.
Look what it done for you, though.
I tell people up to today, Youth Centre was one of my biggest saviors. And for basketball, it nurtured me. Man, like Adrian. Adrian was from New York.
Yes, he had an accent.
So he was born and raised in New York. So when he first come over, a lot of people don't know Adrian. I didn't want to come out here and call out names.
Yeah.
Man, don't really,
Yeah, but Adrian says it's
certified G, man, from New York. So imagine a man from New York played basketball, lands in the middle of Forest Gate in a youth club. And he's a baller. Like, he went college in America. So when we used to watch Adrian play, it was like watching an NBA man, like this American's nuts, shooting from the halfway line, dunking. So we was fortunate to have Adrian, a man from New York that played basketball, teaching us, man, basketball.
You know what?
From 4 till 10, man, they even clock it. So
Adrian still must be crazy as well.
He still give out work.
Is he still there?
No, he's not. I heard he moved to youth centre in Beckton still.
Oh, I'm saying that I messaged him.
Yeah, he messaged me still.
Maybe about 6 months ago to see how he's doing. How you doing, Adrian? I remember what you done. But he didn't message back. I don't know if he uses Facebook still.
That's where he reached out to me still. I'm just there, that's where he reached out to me, is on the Facebook. But he's good though. He's good, and he's still doing his youth work. But Adrian, come on, American teaching you basketball. That was half the battle there, man. There was levels.
Adrian used to love his bike, innit?
He's what?
He's love his bike. He's bike,
and then I remember he set up the music studio because he was into his music too. A lot of men don't know, like when we was in the youth centre. Yeah, when we was in the youth centre, he did the basketball, but then he'd bring out the speakers and be playing hip hop in there, just bringing a vibe. You get me? Before I knew it, got a little studio in there and got the man on the mic and that, man. Adrian, come on.
That takes me back proper.
But yeah, that answers the question. Like, that's really what got me on my basketball. I was there every day. Like without youth centre, I wouldn't even be here for sure.
Wow. Do you see that?
Billion. Youth centres.
Youth centres. You see that? You hear what man's saying?
Can't shut those things down, man. They're so key for youth, man.
Okay. After the youth centre, so what happened after youth centre?
So after youth centre, it's a great question. So my uncle, I was fortunate. I got an uncle, my mum's youngest brother. He's a big basketball.
You went to America, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh my gosh! You know what? I remember that story. It's coming back to me. Everyone said Lawrence has gone to America. Lawrence gone to America. I was like, wow, to play basketball.
Yep.
So boom. So what happened? You went to America. You landed. What was the first move?
So my uncle, going back to my uncle joining his team. He was based in Hackney. He worked in a Homerton High School. It was called.
Okay, yeah.
All boys school, very rough school, but he was down there doing a lot of good stuff with the youth and stuff. So he built a club, London Towers, we was called.
London Towers.
Yes, it was based in Homerton School.
Okay.
So once I went down there with him, ballers, like levels of ballers in there was another level, and a lot of those men were going out to America.
Okay.
So that's where I kind of got the whole, all right, this American thing's possible.
Okay.
I must have been with Joe for about 2 years, And then before I know it was scholarships out to America, babe. New Jersey.
Is that the first place you went, New Jersey?
New Jersey was the first place, 17 years old.
Okay, what team?
Faith Christian Academy, it was called. It's a high school in New Jersey. I went.
And how was that like? An English boy in America. What was it like? What was the American boys like? Were they cool?
Nah, they wasn't.
No,
they wasn't.
Did they want you there?
Nah, it's not they didn't want me there, but I think it was more of just trying you, innit? You're English, you know what I mean? Talk a bit funny. A lot of mans was trying you, especially on the basketball court. Like they don't know man can play basketball out there, so they see you and they try you. Then you show what type it is, and it's all good.
I guess there's an element of ignorance there as well, because they don't really know
they did.
what London boys are really
90s,
about.
This was 90s, like, so so I had to really go there and, you know.
New Jersey, that
Jersey.
east?
Yes, east, right near Philadelphia.
Okay.
I was in Camden, North Camden. You man, go look up North Camden. It's one of the most notorious bad things going on out there. And I was back in the middle of it, 17 years old, not knowing where the hell I am, but just on this basketball dream in it.
I won't be going there. I'm alright.
I'll tell you what's funny though, is it reminded me a lot of Forest Gate.
Oh, see.
So being in Forest Gate, that's all we knew, innit? We don't know nothing else. When we went to America, you hear all the stories about it's ghetto and it's gangsters and drugs. So when I got out there, I was expecting all the story, but when I got there, it was just like the ends, like man's outside the off license, normal,
same
man's
thing,
balling, same thing. So
same culture, just different lingo, different accent.
Yeah, man, them's there, it's just the same. So I fitted in. I was cool. I loved it.
In the 90s as well, we was more American dress style, wasn't it? Like with the baggy tops.
Nah, not us. Like 90s, we was designers, D&G, Versace. That's when Jungle first came out. It was all straight jeans and. Yeah, that was early. See, I'm going way before your time. Like when I went out there, man was working. What was the iceberg jeans? Yeah, so man went out there. Me and my brethren from Hackney went out there.
Yeah, and
he pulled up in the airport. He had the orange iceberg jeans.
Okay.
So we pull up to my brethren's yard in New Jersey.
Orange iceberg jeans.
Orange iceberg. You
don't see that no more.
You don't see that then. So my man's got onto him about these orange iceberg jeans straight too, because mans were baggy back then in the 90s. So we're trying to tell him, look, this is how we move in London. So yeah, we have to deal with all that kind of stuff, man. But good experience though.
Okay, so boom, you're in New Jersey. How long was you there for?
I was there for 1 year in New Jersey trying to get a scholarship, because when you go to high school, it's about getting a scholarship to go college.
Okay, is a scholarship what?
Scholarships, everything's paid for, schools, books, everything.
What are the criteria to get a scholarship?
You got to be good at basketball. You get an academic scholarship if your grades are good. If you're a straight A student, the school might throw you an academic scholarship, but basketball, if you're good at basketball, they throw you a scholarship.
So if you're good at basketball, but you're not like
academically strong,
yeah,
you get a scholarship 100%.
Okay, so every criteria is different, basically,
yeah. But for athletes, it's about your ability and your talent.
Okay,
that would determine your scholarship.
So did you get a scholarship?
I got 3 scholarships, baby. I was on it. That's what I went out there for. That was it. You go out to high school, you want a coach to see you, offer you a scholarship to come to their college. So I was out there, tunnel vision.
So you was in American high school, getting taught.
Yeah, high school, man. High school.
Wow,
college, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I know that whole high school life, man. It was crazy. Bus coming to pick you up in the morning. Everyone's on the bus, takes you to school. Yeah,
I'm trying to picture it.
It's a movie thing.
An English person going there.
So it's a movie.
Was it easy to integrate?
I think because I play basketball. I think once they see you play basketball, they know you're good too. Yeah, you're more welcome. You're the man. Like, these men are good. Like, once it turned to that, we was all love.
He's part of our squad.
It was love. It was love. Yeah, for sure.
Did your accent change?
Yeah, a little bit. You know why her accent changed?
You had to.
Yeah, because when you talk like you're from the ends, they don't understand
it's
you.
Too strong.
You keep repeating yourself. Like, what'd you say? What'd you say?
Yeah,
you're like, bloody hell, man.
Yeah.
Like, see, you know what I mean? Before you know it, you're trying to throw a couple lingo so they understand you, but.
When I went to America,
and I'm on the basketball court too, still. And I'm on the basketball court, so them man only understand American.
I get you. I do get that.
You get me?
When I went to America, I remember speaking to someone, and they said to me, "Are you speaking English?" I said, "Cheek." But yeah, I do get that. That's crazy. So, boom. So you got 3 scholarships in 1 year.
1 year I was in high school. Then I got a scholarship to go to a junior college in Florida.
Okay.
Polk Community College it was called.
Okay. Sorry, I don't understand.
You don't understand the system of the schools and
I don't know the ages. I don't know what I don't understand what's going on. Like when you say high school,
school's like
what's the age? Okay, Forest Gate High School, yeah?
Yeah, 12 to 18, they're out there.
18?
Yeah, we finish at 16 here, they finish at 18 there.
Okay.
That's why when I finished school here,
Yeah.
at 17, 16, I could still go to high school out there because I still had 2 years.
Okay, let me ask a question. So when they talk about this, like the test system, when they do tests,
like academic tests.
yeah, and you stay in the same grade for how many years?
That's real.
Is that real?
That's real.
So you got a man that at 20 still in grade 8 and that.
Yeah,
that's
real.
nuts.
That's real.
So that's probably why you got more man them on the roads over there, because they're not trying to go back to do a grade 8.
19 and that in school and that. Yeah, it gets long, but it's real though.
Okay.
Yeah. But also that's good because I thought that system was good, especially for someone like myself, because if you don't pass, you're not moving on. So it kind of gives you that incentive to let me just do my work and move on. You get me? So,
Do you think the British schools are soft then?
don't get me talking about schools, man.
I know.
Hey, it's touchy, man.
It's touchy.
I've worked in schools for nearly 30 years now, man.
Mad.
And I've seen the changes for even now schools. Forest Gate School, it's an academy now.
Yeah, I've seen it change
A lot of
so
schools have
much.
changed to academies. So just talking about that, I don't say schools are softer here, but I would definitely say, and I'll say they're more stricter here actually. More system, more controlled, more. I mean, like uniform. Like a lot of high schools in America, you don't wear a uniform. You can express yourself, wear what you want.
Yeah, I get that.
Schools here is you can't even cut your hair a certain way. You know? I mean,
So boom, you went to junior
college, which is like a
and that's
like
between
a sixth form.
18 to
18 to 21. It's like a 2-year program.
Okay.
Which is they call it a community college for guys that pretty much ain't ready for the university level.
Okay.
And want to go to like prep themselves. It's like a sixth form.
Was that still in New Jersey?
No, that was in Florida.
Oh, so it's the other side.
That are totally other side. Went over to the south.
Wow.
Which was another experience, man.
It's a different experience, isn't
Whole
it?
different world, man.
Of
Florida.
course. The
Yeah.
bottom of England is different to the north of England. So
Florida
east
was
to
like
west America.
different.
Mad.
Different.
What's the main differences you saw?
It was more Wild West, man. It was like, Jersey was more like Forest Gate, like shops and that. Like Florida was just big and like your shop you used to go to, we have to walk like 20 minutes and that. Like it was way big.
Long roads.
Yeah, hot too. Gave me that yardie, that Jamaican being out in yard kind of vibe.
Is that the state of California, Florida?
Nah,
It's the state itself.
Yeah, it's the state itself.
Okay. Yeah, I had to update my American geography
the
skills,
geography,
mate.
graphics,
It's a bit
man.
mad
But
still.
Florida's a beautiful place, man. It was a great experience.
Yep.
I was there in where was that? Winter Haven. It's near Tampa, not far from Tampa.
Okay.
And I was there for a year.
Okay.
And then I received my last scholarship, which was my final school in Daytona Beach, in Florida.
Okay, Florida still, yeah.
So then I was there for a year, and then that was me, man. I was American dad.
Okay, so what happened after that then? The scholarship done, what happened?
What happened after?
Did you get into a team?
No, so the dream was to go out there to go to the NBA.
Okay, yeah.
A lot of people
Of
don't
course,
know that. Like,
of
that's
course.
what man's are reaching for.
Of course.
To go out to America. But where you don't really get no looks and that, finish school, I just come home. I just come back to London.
Why didn't you get looks?
I didn't look into the whole drafting, like getting drafted, and like looking at getting agents, and I didn't even know how to make that jump from my school to the NBA.
There wasn't no
I was
programs
clueless.
to teach
There
you how
was
to
no
do that?
programs. There was definitely no coaches coming around saying, "Yeah, we want you to come to the NBA." So I think after school it was kind of just like, for me, I also knew too, if I didn't make the NBA, I could play pro in Europe or in England.
Of course.
I also had that mentality. So
Plan B
was always there, and Plan C. So once that nothing happened in America, I knew come back home and get on the.
I find that weird. You get taken from England to get scholarships for 3 years, then there's nothing that comes out of it.
You get a lot out of it. Obviously, the experience,
Yes.
your talents go off the, you know what I mean, the training regimen you're doing. But to get to the NBA itself and get recruited, it's hard. It's like winning the lottery, innit?
Is it levels?
There's levels.
Is it more who you know than what you know?
Yes, and also right place, right time, in front of the right coach,
I agree
right
with that.
scenarios. There's a lot that goes into it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of talented men that should be in the NBA. Just keep it real. It's like football.
Yeah.
But they don't make it because they're not in the right place.
It's in every
It's in
field.
every field. So.
Music, everything.
But it's about what you do after that. If it doesn't work, and for me, I always knew I had a backup to come back to Europe or come to England.
So boom, you left America, you come to UK.
Yeah.
What was the first step then?
Straight to my uncle. So my uncle was
Hey, big up your uncle, man.
Come
Give him
on.
a shout out, man.
Joe White, man. Come on, everyone knows.
Big
man.
up Joe White.
He's the legend, man. He saved the life out there, man. But soon as I come back home, like we all do, straight to Joe, like, yo.
So what did Joe say next?
Joe was like, he told me real, he's like, look, play for me for 1 year, because he had a club himself, Hackney White Heat it was called at the time, based in Hackney.
So was it a different club than that he started off with?
Yeah, so he left London Towers now.
Yes.
And then he more made his own club, which was called White Heat. His name's Joe White, so it's more named after him.
White Heat.
White Heat. Still up and running today. Big up White Heat.
Big up.
From Hackney. So
big up, man.
he was Division 1, which was like semi-pro at the time. He had a big club sponsored by Nando's. We had a nice court in Hackney. Yeah, he was doing his thing, man. So when I come back, he was like, look, play for me for a year and I'm going to get you to a top-level club in Germany, because he had a few connections in Germany.
What position did you play? Sorry.
I play forward. I'm a forward.
You're forward, yeah?
Well, in college, I played all positions. Like,
okay. Well, your main position, though, is forward?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Continue.
So Joe was just like, play for me for a year and I'm going to get you out to Germany the next year. So that's what he told me. That's what I did. Season starts with balling. And Joe catches, he caught cancer. My uncle caught cancer. So halfway through the season, he got sick. And yeah, man, it was decline from there, you know. Once Joe got sick, it was kind of like, we was all lost. Myself, I was lost. And a lot of ballers that he was helping was lost. But I think the Germany dream, once that kind of shut down, and I didn't want to stress him about, get me to Germany.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It was about Joe. I had to get on my, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
How can I keep this thing going?
Yeah.
And that's when I just got on my grind. I started reaching out to people, speak at the clubs, and I got into a team called Milton King Lions, which was professional pro team in Milton Kings.
Man, that's a bit above Luton.
Just past Luton.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's funny because how I met him was through a guy from, I don't want to call out names, from a baller from Forest Gate, Notorious. And he played for this guy called, I want to call Vince, because Vince is big out here. I want to call Vince out. He played for a guy called Vince in Hemel Hempstead.
Okay, Hemel Hempstead. That's Northwest, right?
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
They had a pro team out there. So this older guy, he played for Vince, and he's come back and he's told me, look, I know a pro coach. His name's Vince. He's working at Milton Kings. I could take you down there. It's one of my oldest from Forest Gate. Took me down there. Bless him. Got me in his car. Took me down there. Said, look, this is Joe White's nephew. Have a look at him. That's all he needed. That's all I needed. And the rest is history, man.
But Joe White's name hold a lot of weight. So it's immediately, if he's vouching for you, there's no second guessing it.
Come on. Okay. That's what got me through.
Where's Joe now?
Joe passed away, man. My uncle Joe passed away. We just celebrated his 20th anniversary. Just brought out a documentary for him a couple months ago still.
Okay, what's the documentary called?
I think we just called it the Joe White documentary, you know.
Where can I find it?
It's not even out yet. I literally was at the cinema. It came out in the cinema. It was a little 30-minute thing. Yeah, it's a big thing still for the basketball community.
Tag me on something.
Yeah. Once it comes out, I'm going to tag you in it. But Joe, we could have a whole segment on Joe and what he's done for the community.
Joe needs a segment another day.
Does, man.
Yeah, because it sounded big.
Massive. So, yeah, just being his nephew at the time kind of got me that opportunity to, all right, let me have a look at you. You're Joe's nephew. And then, let my skills do the talking from there. Boy.
How old was you then?
I must have been about 22, just coming out of college, uni, yeah.
So your journey is going, what, 7 years now into the basketball?
As far as playing like teams and competitive, yeah, probably about that.
Joe's the amplifier.
Man, there's too many names for Joe, man. But man's called him the lifesaver. Like I said, he said, hey, come on, he saved a lot of us, especially the man in Hackney, like in the 90s. Being in Homerton, like being around Joe, kept a lot of mans off the road. Man.
Hackney, where the Hackneys, they don't give that name for no reason, bro. It's a bit mad them times.
But a lot of us, mans from Newham, we started going over to Hackney and being around him, and just his presence. He was a mentor. Like Joe was just a mentor and told mans the way to go. You get me? Okay,
so boom, you go into that team.
Gone to Milton Kings. That was my first pro contract. You gotta understand now. This was big.
Do you have an agent then?
Nah, I didn't.
Good question. So you done it all yourself.
Darren was like, I didn't want to call out your name, D, but D was like my agent. He's an older from me. He knew the owner of the team, and he took me down there, and he was kind of like playing my agent. He negotiated my deal for me, got me a flat, got me a car, you get me, got my contract. He patterned it, man. D, and that's just an older from Forest Gate, man. So definitely big up D. I could big up Super for sure. Okay. So that was my first signing of the contract, and that was me. You know, once I signed that pro contract, that was my dream, because it's what you want to do: play basketball and get paid for it. So once I signed that. That was me. That was it. I was there for 2 years. 2 years, yeah? 2 straight solid
in Milton Keynes, yeah?
Yep.
Okay, so what happened after Milton Keynes then?
Leopards, London Leopards, another club from London, pro team. I was with them for 2 years. You might not have heard of Leopards. They was more bigger in the 90s. Then they kind of went Division 1. Okay. And then I was there for 2 years. And then that was it. I was done with England, like the whole pro in England. Like there's not much money.
Okay. Was you not getting paid good?
Nah.
No?
You don't get paid
It's just
good.
passion and
It was more
running
passion. Yeah, more passion, little money, but.
So you said you're done with London, England.
Like the whole basketball. Like I've done 2 years pro in England.
Wait, what got you to that mindset? Because
Great question.
What's
Great
the jump?
question. The jump was one, I wasn't playing. I wasn't playing much. Being a young 22-year-old British player, I was on a team with some experienced, solid American veteran players. Them man were good, so I wasn't playing much. And I think where I wasn't playing and I wasn't getting paid much, it was like, well, how long am I going to do this for? Like just sitting around.
The drive wasn't kicking
The drive was there, but I wasn't getting the opportunity, if I keep it real.
Okay,
I wasn't getting the opportunity. And what I found in pro sports, it's not about your skills, It's about who's getting paid more.
Okay, yeah. I take, yeah.
So if I'm paying you, I got to play you. Even though that young boy on the bench is good, I
I
got to pay you. And I learned that quickly.
Thanks for that perspective, because a lot of people don't know that. I would not even saw it like that neither.
Bro, I had to learn that. That's why I was like, well, I'm out here giving out work. I'm 22, I'm athletic, I'm jumping out the building, playing these 35-year-old mans, like grown men with mortgages and kids and that, and I can't get their minutes. And I'm like, what's going on? Then I clocked the business side, like he's getting paid in it, so he's got to play. You don't get paid like that, so you got to chill. And I was like, oh, well.
So what did you have to do?
So I did that for 2 years. It was a good learning experience, though.
You did what for 2 years? Stay on
Milton Keynes. I was at Milton Keynes for 2 years, and then went over to London Leopards, which was a bit better. They paid me more. Obviously, I was playing more. Paid me a bit more, but it still wasn't that. I wasn't getting that.
Do you think is it because
it was more financial? If I'm being honest, it was more financial. I knew there was more money in Europe.
Okay,
there was more.
That's what I was saying. The UK wasn't really big on basketball.
It wasn't not at that time, and it wasn't paying young British players. So I got an Italian agent. I was there networking. You don't know, I lived in Italy for 4 years.
Mad.
Played basketball.
Do you speak Italian?
Yeah, poco.
Okay.
A little bit.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I understand it, which is more important, because when I first went out there, I couldn't understand a word no one was saying.
Okay.
By the end, I could understand everything. So.
Okay. So how do you find this Italian agent? Where did he come from?
Just grinding, networking, reaching out. I think social media was, not social media, internet and all that was getting big right then. Okay. Finding people, emailing and that.
You found him?
I found him.
And he took you to Italy?
I sent him my tape, because back then it was actually before tape. You see, if you wanted to make a basketball team, you had to go to that basketball team and play in front of that coach.
Okay, yeah.
So if I wanted to go Milton Keynes, I had to travel to Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Italy, I had to travel to Italy. So I did that for a while. Still, I was traveling to France, trying to get onto teams, and that was really going on. Agent hit me. I hit the agent. He was like, "Send me your videotape." Okay. So I sent him like a videotape of me playing. Yeah. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna find you a team." God bless him. He found me a team.
Mad.
And that was it.
In Italy?
In Italy. And where was I my first year? I was
That's nuts. You don't think Italy it's a big basketball country, would you?
It's probably the third biggest as far as...
I never knew that.
It's massive.
I never knew that.
Absolutely massive. People in Italy love basketball, man. Absolutely passionate about it.
I never knew that.
No, it's big out there. It's big.
Yeah?
Yeah, man.
Bigger than England? Even now it's bigger than England?
Way bigger.
Wow.
Way bigger. Just for the fans, just for the passion.
Is there a lot of black people in Italy?
Yeah, there is.
Is there a lot of racism in Italy?
I never experienced any, but I think Europe and England, you know what I mean? You're gonna experience what you're gonna experience, innit?
You're 6'10" anyway, bro.
Yeah, I get a lot of love. I get a lot of love.
No one's trying to you, bro.
I get a lot of love when I'm out there, but no, Italy was a great experience. I was out in a small place called Campobasso. It's in the south of Italy, and it was literally a village.
Below Rome?
Below Rome, yeah. Okay. It was literally a village, and this whole village,
love basketball.
Everybody, from the shopkeepers, the children, everybody.
So you just went in and synced?
So I just went into the village, and it was like basketball, in it. Everyone's turning up to the game. So you go to a restaurant, the same guy you're buying these food in his restaurant, he'll be at the games, watching your games, like that kind of stuff. Like,
that's beautiful.
We don't get that in England. You know what I mean?
That's
little
community.
Things like that. Community.
That's
after
real
the
community.
game, they invite you to their restaurant, sitting down. So that was a whole different ball game.
They looked after you, I take it.
Oh wow, come on.
Couple bets on you here and there.
So much love. So
a lot of money there for them.
So much love.
Mad. So are you got any other hobbies, interests apart from basketball? Because I know you're a baller, but
music, obviously music. I don't know how much you know about Forest Gate and the musicians that come out of there from back in the day. I don't want to call out no names, but yeah, man's always been on to when Jungle first come out.
Okay, he's been a Jungle MC?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought he was a rapper. I thought he was on the rapping.
Yeah, but well, when we got off the jungle, more got into rap. But jungle was the original when that first came out. Yeah, 15, 16, started getting into it.
Okay, so no.
Yeah, my other hobby was music. Yeah, I'm still a big music fan.
Yeah.
But yeah, sports and music's pretty much been me. Yeah.
So Italy, after Italy,
4 years.
4 years.
It was an experience.
That's a grind.
It's a grind. I was in Rome for 2 years. My last 2 years I was in Rome.
Did your money go up every year?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Rome, it was good. Rome was like the pinnacle of this is it. Big city, basketball player. Like they'll get much bigger than that.
Well, that sounds bloody amazing.
It was there. I did 2 years out there, and it was a great experience.
Okay.
Great experience.
So boom, what difficulties did you endure in Rome? In Italy, in total.
I would say my first 2 years out there, I was by myself. Like
No friends.
Dolo.
Okay.
So I think that was a bit difficult at first, but then I think America kind of got me used to that because I was out there by myself too. So I think that's more the difficult times. Like
that's probably why you've grown so much. The isolation.
You learn about yourself.
Yeah,
you learn about yourself, man.
I think everyone needs that period.
I didn't even know you needed it until you do it, and you kind of reflect and be like, yeah, that time there, there's no one to lean on, there's no one to watch and follow. You kind of got to learn from your mistakes and do your thing, man.
Get to know thyself, 100%.
Which I did for a long time. So and that was probably the most difficult. Other than that, it was just love and enjoying the.
To be fair, because my experience of you when I saw you when I was young, I was much younger than you.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely 10 years
for sure.
But when I saw you, you was always doing your own thing. You was never really in the mix of anything. You was always doing your own thing. So maybe that experience definitely leveled you up instead of having to.
It's funny you say that because before that, taking it back to school, I went to school in Leytonstone. And if you know Forest Gate and Leytonstone, a lot of man's from Forest Gate, we go to school in Forest Gate.
Yeah.
So my mum, she had the theory of, you know everyone in Forest Gate, let's take you away from that and put you in a place where no one knows you, for Leytonstone. Okay. So I say that to say I was always on my kind of, you know what I mean? Like mum's just, you know what I mean, by myself kind of thing. So that come from, me being in just an area by myself and having to adapt and making it work. So it started from way before basketball. Boy.
But I guess because you knew everyone in Forest Gate, you was always at home in Forest Gate anyway, so you could go late and still come back home. Nothing changed, nothing the wise.
But saying that though, when I was in Forest Gate, back then, Leytonstone and Forest Gate were two different places.
What do you mean?
Like,
did they have problems?
No, there was no problems. There was no problems like there is now. But it was just two different environments. So let me give you an example. When I went to school in Leytonstone, in year 7, 12 years old, 13 years old, mans were making flyers to put on raves.
Okay.
Understand where I'm going with this? Like the entrepreneurship from young mans in Leytonstone, what I clocked, mans wasn't doing that in Forest Gate. My circles, we was more on the block.
They leveled up a bit.
They leveled up way, their dress sense and everything. So it was just two different places, 10 minutes up the road, but they just had a different vibe. So I kind of caught onto that, you know what I mean?
That's good.
So yeah, just a little experience of me being in another area.
Okay, that's good.
In another environment.
So let's get back to your basketball.
Talk to me.
So boom, my brother. So you left Italy.
Yep.
You're your own man now.
Established.
Yeah,
now.
you're standing. You're firm. You're anchored. You're anchored into the ground. You're good.
Floating, man.
So boom, you left Italy to come back to UK.
Yeah.
What was going on there?
Nothing.
So what do you have? There's a stagnant period.
No, I'm going to tell you what happened actually. So when I come back, I was actually retiring. I was 34 at the time, coming into my mid-30s, and I was like, I've done the basketball thing, Italy, high level. I'm going to come back and get into coaching. Okay. I've come back to the UK and London Lions. They come. We had a tournament.
What do you mean they came knocking?
We had a summer tournament. We had a summer tournament. So I've come back in the summer. We had a summer tournament called Midnight Madness, which is a whole different tournament, right? Okay. So we done well in that. We've won it. But the coach of the Midnight Madness team, that summer team, he was the owner of London Lions. So he's just watched me play. I've done my thing. And he's like, look, I'm starting a basketball club in Stratford. I was like, look, I'm retired. I just come back from Italy. I'm done. He was like, well, retired at London, innit? Retire in Stratford. You're from Stratford. Play one season with me.
It made sense.
It made sense. It all fitted into line. Because when I was coming back home, I was like, I don't want to travel up to Newcastle or Bristol or Leicester. Like, I've done all that. So
that was perfect then.
Perfect. Stratford.
Next door. That's home.
I could walk there from the crib.
Quick cycle. 5-10 minute cycle.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
So
big.
that was the plan. Just do 1 year. We were based in Crystal Palace at the time because that before they built the Copper Box.
So the plan was to do 1 year.
1 year with Lions.
Yep.
Back in London.
Then boom, you're
retiring. Then I was just gonna fade in black and do my coaching thing.
Okay, yep.
So we was based in Crystal Palace when they first come. So I understand this London Lions team.
Yeah.
Was actually called Milton Keynes Lions. Was the team that I signed for. Was my first pro team.
Oh, what? That's
so the
mad.
first team I signed for, Milton Keynes Lions.
Yep.
They moved from Milton Keynes to London and called themselves London Lions. So the owner, Vince, big up Vince, that signed me when I was 22. He moved to London now, 10, 15 years later, and started London Lions.
I don't believe in coincidences.
Hey, it's fate, boy.
I don't believe in coincidences.
So I knew Vince. I knew him well. He knew me. He gave me my first opportunity as a pro. So
once he
come back, so he was like, "Look, we're in Crystal Palace, but next year, this is what he told me:
Alpha, Omega, beginning and the end." Are you mad, Vince?
That's why I have to big in my head to call names, but there's certain names like Joe, Vince. They've played.
You got to call
my
that
journey. You get me? He's big, and it's not only me. He's helped a lot of players. So with that being said, Vince was like, "Look, we're going to be in Crystal Palace our first year." But second year, they're building this new arena called Copper Box in Stratford, the Olympic Stadium. And we was like, sounds good, innit? So we done the Crystal Palace thing, and before you knew it, they built the Copper Box. I was like, well, I definitely got to play at the Copper Box. It's Stratford,
So,
it went from me retiring.
It's out the window now.
I could do one more. Like, you get me?
No, I love that.
I could do one more.
I love that.
So I forced it, man, because my body at the time, I was 30s, mid 30s. I wasn't jumping as high, I wasn't running as fast, but I was in the ends. And there's more for guys like yourself and people from the ends that never went to basketball games. So I don't want to call out names, but a lot of people and young people from Gate, once that Stratford pro team started, a lot of people were coming to games. And just me being on the team, you know what I mean, I got half a Forest Skate in there, like coming to watch games. So that's part of my drive of just being a part of it to kind of bring everyone in it.
I was unaware of that part. I left the ends them times.
Yeah, see? So a lot of men that was about, there was at Lions games for sure. Like tickets everywhere. Just bring your children, family.
So how long do you play at London Lions for? Because it's supposed to be for 1 year, right?
It's supposed to be for 1 year. And I think what happened that 1 year, I played for 3 years in the Copper Box.
Okay.
3 full years.
Yeah.
And
so that's 4 years then, yeah, altogether?
4 years.
Extra.
4 years extra. Yeah. It's late 30s now I'm coming into, and we lost in the finals. So they moved the BBL finals to the O2 Arena, the first one ever.
Mad.
15,000 people. Mad. Big. So we did that, and we lost in the finals to Newcastle. It was an excellent team that year. Okay, and that was me. Because at that point, I was chasing the championship, you know, because I understand I played pro, but I never won any trophies pro. But prior to that, London Towers with my uncle, we was winning everything. So we had a little patch of where I wasn't winning the ultimate goal. And it's funny because a lot of my mans that I grew up with playing, they was winning BBL trophies, cups, leagues. And I was just kind of just out there playing. So my last few years, it was really trying to get that championship, which once you lost in the finals, it was like...
You want to sign to your belt?
It never happened though.
Okay.
It never happened. So
what meant to be then?
Also meant to be. Which was cool.
It's cool, bro, because there's other blessings as well, brother.
Yeah, for sure. Which I'll tell you a funny blessing though, how it turned out, because all my boys got that trophy, and I was the only one that didn't. But then I went into coaching. Okay. And then I won it as a coach. So I'm the only one that won it as a coach, and everyone else won it as a player. So that kind of makes it a bit more special. You get me?
That's
winning
like
the league.
Legacy-ish right there, my bro.
That's what I do now. So
that's big. Yeah. So wait, so you left. So wait, you done 4 years at London Lions.
Yep.
Yeah, and you
as a player.
Yeah, as a player.
Yes.
So you retired at London Lions.
Yes.
After 4 years.
4 years.
So
what was seasons.
What was the transition into going to a coach, and what team were you coaching?
That's a great question. I'll tell you my transition. My last 2 years of Lions.
Yes.
My last 2 seasons. Yeah. I was like a coach.
Well, so you was like player coach.
Player coach.
So you're getting ready for the role.
Getting ready. I'm sitting with the coaches. We're talking about tactics. You know what I mean? I'm talking to players more as a coach now. So that was my transition. I did that for 2 years.
Big.
And then boom, they just made me an assistant coach, man, as soon as I retired, which was cool.
That's crazy, because I swear I didn't see you for about 10 years prior to that.
I was
or maybe longer than that.
Probably.
So the last thing I heard about you was you was going to America.
Yeah, that's what a lot of
Don't think I was a young buck.
Yeah, you hear the whispers, what's going on.
Yeah, I'm growing up in the zones. Boom. Yeah. I left the zones now. It's my birthday. I think it was my 29th or 28th birthday.
Okay.
I said, I got tickets. So I said, you know what? Let me get my son. Me and my son, we're going to this game. London Lions. Who do I see on the ball court? I see Coach L. I'm like, look, oh my gosh. What's going on? What are you doing there?
Was I playing or was I coaching?
He was the coach, bruv. He was the coach. And what I saw was you was like some Coach Carter. I saw everyone had massive respect for you.
What was this love?
It was, well, it was.
I get love.
For me, yeah, that was like a proud moment. It was my birthday.
Yeah.
I saw someone I know doing well. And
I remember.
I had to come and take a picture. I was like a fan.
Yeah.
Look, picture.
Yeah.
My son got a picture.
It was love. It was love.
Bro, that was a big moment, man.
Those moments there, though.
That's a big moment.
That's what it's about.
That was a big moment. I think you inspired my son. He plays basketball today. He does. He loves it.
Told me that.
He loves it.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Most
And he's
do.
tall.
Is he?
Well, he's my height. He's
How old is he now?
he's 12.
These youngsters are eating.
Yeah, he's tall.
Yeah. She ain't got the daddy's height, though.
But he's good though. I rate that.
He's still hooping today, and that's what it's about. See, he comes to the game, just that one game, meeting a coach, meeting a player, and it sparks, man. I didn't even know that.
What he saw and what I saw, completely different things.
Yeah,
if I saw what he saw,
yeah, you'd probably be balling.
Do you feel me?
For sure.
So it's a big deal to see representation in the community for us.
For sure.
So now,
hold on, let me stop you right there quickly.
Brother.
That's a great point you just made, right? So as I was playing my last 4 years, right, I started getting into coaching.
Okay.
So I found myself a school where they wanted a basketball coach to come in and teach everyone basketball.
Okay.
So I was playing and coaching at the same time.
Okay.
So to touch on your point, I'm in a school.
Okay.
I'm their coach. But then after school, I'm a professional basketball player.
Yeah.
So what I would do was I take a lot of the youth from my school
To the game.
tickets to the game.
Wow.
So they're watching.
So they're getting inspired.
Same thing that's happening to your son, you know what I mean? They're getting inspired. So that's another thing that kept me playing was I saw the effect it was having on a lot of the youths around me. It was having a positive effect. So, yeah.
Nice. Good, man.
You know what I mean?
You're the floor. Take the floor, my
I just
bro.
wanted to throw that in because that was key still. It's a lot of inspiration.
So as a coach now, what was your philosophy of coaching?
It was more like what I saw, like my uncle. I take a lot from my uncle. A lot of discipline.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe.
Big Joe.
Yeah, Big Joe, man. A lot of stuff I do for coaching. But for me, coaching is, it was a platform that kind of taught me to teach other people. It taught me.
Each one teach one.
How to teach other people.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay.
I think that's something that kept the fire in coaching. Like I saw the effect it was having on people around me, and I could actually translate and teach people. Like I could teach people basketball, and once I started seeing that, like actually I could teach you basketball. That was it. I'm like, yeah, I could do this.
The man found his purpose.
I could do this.
Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Bad. And okay, as a coach, yeah, what's your method for disciplinary? If anyone gets out of line,
We run, man.
you run. You got them running.
Running and push-ups. Everything that's going to benefit you as far as basketball. Like, I've never been a fan of stopping someone from playing basketball. So like the discipline could be like, oh, you're not going to play for a week. That doesn't do anything for him. You know what I mean?
Not progressive.
Where if you made him run or do push-ups for a week, now he's stronger, now he's fitter, but it's also ticking a discipline box.
Discipline box. Oh, I see.
You know what I mean?
That's your approach.
That's my approach to it, where there's all different techniques, but that's cool. That's more kind of my thing still.
How would you handle the tryouts?
Great question. Talent. We keep it old school. Like
Just talent.
There's 30 of you. I need 12.
Yeah, would you recruit on the streets? Like Joe
very
was?
very rarely. Sometimes we'll go to parks and that and recruit on streets. But if you're school based, you really work with the talent that's in your school, in it.
Yeah.
And you're supposed to develop that talent. So
You used to go to schools?
yeah, that's why I've always worked in schools. Also doing like projects, workshops, basketball workshops, after school clubs and stuff like that.
I know you got a little organisation going on right now,
Yes.
innit? But we're gonna get into that in a
right.
second, yeah. But that's big still.
Yes.
But that's to do with the schools and the
Yes.
children and
Yes.
everything, right?
Yes.
What's it called?
Future Generation Global.
Future Generations
But
Global.
you know what we called it for short?
What?
FG.
Bam!
That's what it's known as. FG, man.
FG baby.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. As a coach, yeah. Do you have your starting? Is it 5 man?
Yep.
You have your usual starting 5 man.
Yes.
All the time.
Normally, all the time. But it's funny you say that because back when I was playing, your starting 5 was your starting 5. They were like your best players. But now basketball's more changed to what's the best 5 for today? What's the best 5 for this game?
Okay, why is that?
Because
Is it fatigue?
Different matchups, different teams. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Certain players like yourself, like you might not be in the starting five, but for the last 2 months you've been balling.
Okay.
So do I not put you in the starting five, or do I put you in? I put you in. So some coaches now are more reluctant to switch up the lineups and see what's working.
Is the pay as a coach good? Pay, is it better?
Terrible. Coaches get treated rough, man.
The players get better?
Yeah, for sure.
What? Yeah. You don't think that?
I know.
London Lions Stadium is...
Your copper box, come on. It's one of the best in Europe. Forget the country. It's one of the best in Europe, man. They've done it, man. They've done it over there.
What was the organisation of your bench then? What was it like then?
As far as...
Because you said you had you said your five... You don't use the starting five no more, do you? You just pick who's best.
The best five at the time, yeah.
Yeah, so your organisation will be who's done well throughout the week.
Yeah.
Is that you run it, yeah?
Pretty much. Depending on what level. Pro level, you probably more have your starters, but yeah, you pretty much go with who's balling, man.
What would you teach your players besides basketball?
I think basketball teaches it within itself. So a lot of lessons that they get is just from training, like being on time. Like if you're not on time for training, it's bad for everybody. So what's it going to teach you? Let me be on time in it. I didn't have to sit you down and teach you that. The game taught you that.
Are you still coach?
Yeah, for sure. That's what I do.
At London Lions?
Nah. I haven't coached at London Lions for 3 years now, man.
Why?
COVID happened, and me and the owner sat down and decided to go our separate ways. And they were bringing in another coach too, who was very good.
Okay.
So that was it. They was like, yeah, we're going another way.
Are you content with that?
I was at the time, because at the time my daughter was just born, so I had a little baby.
Okay.
So at the time, Lions were still traveling during COVID, testing, and he's got COVID today, he's not got it, and I'm coming home to my daughter like, can I touch her, can I not?
That's not good.
It was weird, so I was like, you know what, let me fall back. So I fell back, literally, and I've never been back to Lions, boy. Never.
What?
I ain't even gone to watch a game, because COVID was mad. After COVID, I was doing my own thing, so I haven't been down there for years, man.
You trying to go soon?
Yeah, I'm definitely want to catch a game next season, for sure.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're about done now. I think they just won the championship. Salute to London Lions. They just won the championship, but I'm going to get down there next year and say hello to a few people still.
I know this is a bit biased. I know people might not like you after this question here, but hey, who was your best player when you was coaching London Lions? Who was your star man? Who would you say, yo, that guy is potential to be super great? No, it's not just by skill abilities. It's mindset, discipline, his leadership skills.
It's a great question.
You know what I'm saying? Cause
I have to give you three. I can't give you one.
Give me three then.
I'll give you my top
three.
Give
me the Trinity.
One would be Zaire Taylor. I didn't want to come in and call out names, but Zaire Taylor, point guard from New York City. He come to London. He's been in England for a while still, but he was at London with us for a couple of seasons. And I've seen a lot of basketball players, and he was top level. And as far as just being a good brother, you know what I mean, always helping people.
He's got that quality.
Yeah, he's got that quality, that leadership quality. Like Zaire says something, we all plug it in and we'll listen. And he's a winner. Like, I don't know anyone that everywhere they go, they win. Very, you know what I mean? That speaks for itself.
Some people got that inside of them naturally, though.
Everywhere they go, they win. Like, it's funny, because when we got him, we wasn't winning. London Lions was like middle table. But when Zaire, we knew we was getting Zaire, it was like, yeah, we're going to win now. And then what happened? We ended up in the big O2 final. So, yeah, Zaire's one of them, definitely. Yep. My boy from Brixton, Justin Robinson. I don't want to call out names, but Justin, he's back-to-back MVP. He come back from Greece one year and signed with Lions. And I literally watched this guy carry us solo, little brother from Brixton.
Little brother? What do you mean little brother? He's short?
He's short. He's short, but his heart's big. And
small but mighty, you know. Don't get twisted out here, you know.
I see him carry this whole franchise, man. So Justin, I'll definitely put him on the list. And and I would say Tariq Johnson, another guy from America, played with me 1 year. He was the closest thing to probably the best player I've ever seen in my life.
Oh. Who is the best player you've seen?
As far as what, TV, like live in front of me?
Yeah.
That's a good question.
Actually, TV. Let's say TV.
Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bean Bryant. Rest in peace.
Black Mamba.
Black Mamba. He's the number one basketball player I've ever seen. But as far as, Tyreek, he's a guy that played top level Germany, come to London for 1 year, and this guy was a machine. I'm talking about eating right, Bible, don't go out. Just live that. He was focused, and it showed on the basketball court. He was a machine. So
he's the real deal.
Yeah, he was the real deal. And back then we was young too, so to see that kind of that maturity, the
discipline,
not going out like man's going to the clubs. He's not going. I got a game tomorrow.
No,
yeah,
we need them brothers about still.
Hey, he had me sharp, man. He just being around those guys. So there was levels. But yo, those three, I would say, the top three that I've seen in my pro career that are just on another level for sure.
What was your feelings or thoughts when Brian did pass away in the helicopter crash, right?
Yeah.
With his daughter?
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember
what's the basketball world like? Because I'm not in that world.
It was like when Princess Diana passed away.
It's like that.
In the basketball world. Like everything shut down, phones going crazy. I remember being on the motorway driving home late night, and one of my old school brethren who knew I loved Kobe, he must have got the news and called me. He's like, yo, you heard about Kobe? I'm driving on the motorway. I'm trying to drive and look at the phone, trying to see what's going on. It was mad. It was mad. But hey,
rest in powers.
Rest in powers for sure.
Rest in powers. So you left London Lions and you started up Future Generations Global.
That's right.
So what's Future Generations Global? What's
it's
that?
A basketball club, man. It's a basketball club. We're based in London. We work with schools and we set up basketball academies.
What's the age range?
12 to 19.
12 to 19.
Yeah.
Both sexes?
All sexes, boys and girls.
Okay, cool. So pitch me.
So Future Gen, we work with schools. What we try and focus on is the guys that are just finishing school and going into college.
Are you the CEO?
Yes.
The founder?
Yes.
Okay, big up.
So we're looking for guys that are just finishing school and they don't quite know what they want to do as far as go college or what they want to do. We try to get them to our academy from 16 to 18, teach them basketball, have them study a course, A-levels, B-Tech, give them all the do's and the don'ts, mentoring. 2 years of that, and then they're ready to go off to university. A lot of my players went off to America this year, like I did.
Because you know the formula now, don't you?
I got the blueprint. I just gave them the blueprint. Like, this is what you need to do.
Man, you got a black print, my brother. You know what I'm saying, cuz? Yeah.
It's real. It's
you
real.
got a black print because you're doing it for us.
It's real.
Do you feel what I'm saying?
I've been through it. And even my hurdles, a lot of my hurdles, like, I've been through, I try and plug them man into it. Like, L done that. You know, don't need to be doing that kind of thing. You know what I mean? That kind of mentoring. So, yeah, so that's what it is. We focus on 16 to 18 and trying to put them in a position to once they leave, they're good to go, man. Work, uni.
How long have you running for?
Probably about 2015.
Okay, if I was a young baller and I wanted to get involved in something, how would I get involved with your team?
Now it's easy. Now you got the gram. Everything's on the gram.
Just go on the gram.
Future Generation Global. Future Generation Global. Get on the gram. DM us. Okay. We send you information. It's all there. It's all there.
So I can find it easy.
Easy.
Okay.
Easy.
Okay. That's big.
Yeah, but we're trying to go global. We just we've been in London for a while. We're trying to branch out now, speaking to people in other countries and that, trying to set out the program in other countries, man.
So you're trying to put another Future Generation Global in another country?
Yes, for sure.
So what's the next country? You don't know yet?
Africa would be. It's top of my list. It's top of my list. But
Africa.
I'm telling you, if I could get an academy over in Africa, there are a couple of brothers over there doing their thing still. So
talk to me. African opportunities. You want to create opportunities in Africa on basketball?
100%. And I think mainly because basketball, talent.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any place in the world that's got more talent than Africa.
You know what? I agree with you.
That's just my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but
you been?
I have never been.
So
never.
What's it going to take for you to set up something in Africa then? Do you need
right people?
The plug.
The right plug. I've been last year or two. I've been speaking to a few people. Still, nothing's quite come of it. But it's just finding that right. You know what I mean? That right plug, the right link, or the right people that's got the vision that want to do it too.
It will come.
That's what it's about. So yeah, definitely.
It'll gravitate towards you, and then you'll manifest it.
So that's one of my to get us globally.
That's mad.
To get us out there.
The man was from the ends. He wants to take it to Africa. So wait. From the ends.
Yeah.
He went to America.
Italy.
Yeah.
We're global.
He wants to take it back to Africa. Return it back home.
We're global.
Bad.
Yeah.
So do you know where from Africa you're from? Are you from Africa at all? Like Montserrat connection.
So.
Or you just
the roots will go Jamaican way back.
Okay. Yeah.
Montserratian way back.
Yeah.
But after that, I would say Ghana.
Okay.
I would say Ghana. I haven't even researched into it, but just looking at
just the people that we can see
we would say
similar features.
Yeah, for sure. We would say Ghana.
I love that, man. That's a big respect, though.
But I'm trying to get out to Africa this year, man. It's crazy. I haven't been there. I've been so many countries, and I have not been to Africa, and that's one of my places. Definitely, I want to go this year.
And that's Ghana.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, not necessarily. Nigeria, Senegal, anywhere. Motherland. Okay. You know what I mean? But Ghana would be nice.
You going with someone from?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
I recommend that still. You don't want to be a JC over there, bro.
Nah. We've got a lot of people out there still. My missus actually, she's got some land out there. Her father left her, God bless.
Oh, big up.
Yeah. So
that's big.
It's been out there for a while, so we would like to go out there and, you know what I mean, check out what's going on.
That's big.
Massive, like, so big that they don't even know how big it is.
We need that though for our future. If we ain't got no foundation, how are we gonna build? You can't build on nothing.
Okay.
Do you feel me?
Okay.
So I look forward to that. I look forward to your journey because I know what type of man you are.
Yeah,
and
it's going to be done. It's going to get done.
Yeah,
for sure,
I know that.
We'll find a way.
You've achieved great things already, and
We'll
it's only
find a
going to
way.
be greater.
We'll find a way. 100%.
And that's going to be future generations.
Global.
That's going to be in Africa.
Yeah.
Hey!
I don't even want to go into it, but I want to say, 90% into signing the deal. Like we're at an international school over there. It was like literally talking about renovating the basketball courts. Had a little outdoor court.
Yeah.
Like we was talking to the sports minister out there. Like we're networking.
Okay.
We're trying to make it work for sure.
You're nearly there.
Yeah.
So when am I going to see the first?
Hopefully next year. Hopefully, I don't put a time limit on it. Don't put time, but just know it's a goal of ours for sure. For sure.
All right, boom. I don't know. Do you like conspiracy?
Yeah.
You into conspiracy?
Yep.
You into conspiracy? I remember briefly talking to you a little while back about the AI effects of training. I think you wanted to elaborate exactly what the damages are on AI training.
Well, as far as AI, and from what I've seen,
Would you say it's positive?
In ways.
You ain't convinced though?
No, I'm not 100% convinced. I think stuff like keeping tabs of how many shots I've made.
Yeah.
Like, stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Time and video as far as watching yourself, seeing your mistakes, that kind of technology part of it, I've seen come into sports, which is beneficial and helps. But as far as I've been reading stuff like totally getting rid of coaches, having come kind of, you know what I mean, like kind of AI kind of coach kind of thing. Yeah, I've read all sorts of stuff. I'm not sure how
have they started doing that already?
Probably, you know,
like pro teams.
Nah, I ain't heard anything as far as pro teams, but I say that to say, where's it gonna stop as far as how much AI can we put into sports? Like I said, it's there for video. Even now with replay cameras.
Yeah.
So referees now, they make a call, they're not sure about it. Where do they go?
AI.
Check on AI, see what he's saying. Was it a foul? Is it not? So just over the years, I've seen it being implemented, and how far can it go? And that's where I'm at with it, man. Can they get rid of players? Can they make play? You say, can they?
There's a player called Steph Curry, isn't it? Stephen Curry?
Steph Curry.
Is it?
You made me forget his name now.
What's his name?
Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
Yeah, Steph Curry.
I heard a bit of things about him still.
Yeah?
Yeah.
School me, come on.
Don't quote me on it.
Yeah, we know, yeah.
Like, I heard man could be some sort of
cyborg or something.
Yes. Just from the way he plays, it's a bit robotic.
I'm not going to say, I believe it, but then today's day and age, man, there's nothing that's impossible for me, man.
Not that I don't believe it or I believe it. I just can't rule it out because I know it's all about money, innit? When money gets involved, a lot of things get involved as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
Because I think we was talking about one time, rigging games. How games are rigged. And I always used to, in my head, I used to think boxing's a bit rigged. Like
guys are falling down after the first round to get the check.
Then it just hit me.
And it wasn't really a clean one.
Everything's rigged then. Everything must be
anything
rigged
with
then,
money in it. For me personally, and I've been in pro sports for a long time, I would say anything with money in it, there's going to be some kind of funny business going on and someone's trying to eat.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's just my belief. I could be wrong, but from my experience, that's just where we're going with it, man. I think also betting. It's become a big thing in sports right now.
But if man are rigging the game, then the bet is kind of void, isn't it? Well, it's to the world. Rest of the world is void. To the person rigging the game, the bet is live for them, isn't it? Because they know what's gonna happen. For example, when I'm in rigging the game, I saw something. It could be conspiracy. It could be what it is, but I saw it, and it kind of stuck in my head from there. People were putting some sort of magnet into the ball, and the magnet on on the net as well, and it will go straight in. And when they don't want it to go in, it won't go in. So
you heard about these things?
yeah,
Yeah,
I've seen it, and I'm like, so football must have that then.
Again, I think anything where there's money involved, someone's going to try and manipulate it and try and come up off it. But yeah, I heard that basketball one still. I heard that. Yeah, I've heard that.
Have you seen it?
I can't say I've seen the ball miss on purpose, but there's a lot of videos out there that show funny bounces, like the ball bounces one way and then goes in, like weird ones. Like,
that's weird. That's weird.
Like, is that a magnet kind of thing? But again, if it did come out to say there was a magnet in the ball, I'm not going to be like, oh wow, no way. I'm going to be like, yeah.
But that changes the sport. Then it's not authentic.
Oh, I think me personally, I think once betting come into sports, it was over. I think everyone's trying to get a drink in it.
Is that your stance? That's your stance.
That's just what I think, man. I could be wrong though.
Ah, my friend, I don't know, man. What
do you think?
I think it's rigged. I think a lot of things are rigged. I think boxing's rigged, football's rigged, basketball's rigged. Music's rigged. Yeah, music's definitely rigged.
Yeah,
I think the whole you have to have 100 eyes to see the things out here. You feel me? I see it all, and I just can't really put myself in them positions no more because I ain't the fool. Do you feel me?
100%.
But it's I don't want to be a downer as well and kill off dreams and stuff. But reality that's my reality.
No, I don't think it's killing off dreams. I think it's a reality, innit? I think it's a reality. And I think you're on a good point of things are definitely rigged out here and people are doing stuff to benefit themselves.
Even some of the courts are a bit rigged when they're bouncing the ball. It has
the floor, isn't it?
The flooring.
There's a lot of this.
And if you
that's
know the
more
court,
old school. That's more old school.
There you go.
That's more old school, like dead patches on the floor.
Dead patches on the floor.
Yeah, see? So it goes back, you know. It goes back, man. But no, I would agree with you. I think it is.
Yeah.
Me personally,
yeah,
I would definitely not rig any basketball games. Like, it would never in a billion years happen for any amount of money or for any win, or it would never happen.
What's your thoughts on Michael Jordan?
I don't think he's the greatest basketball player of all time.
You don't think so?
I don't.
So you think the media's hyping him up?
100%.
Why?
Because they need someone to market and be that guy, innit?
Is that it?
That's it. I'm not saying that he's not amazing. So for me, this is how it is. Michael Jordan was the best player.
Was.
In the 90s.
Yeah.
But things progress. Like, before Michael Jordan, there was Dr. Dre. Dr. J, he was the best player. And before him, it was Wilt Chamberlain. So my point is, there's always progression. There's always better players coming along. Yeah. So why is it stopped with Michael Jordan? Like,
why did it stop with Michael Jordan?
It didn't. It hasn't. There's been players better than Michael Jordan. That's what my point is. But no one's going to tell you that. Kobe Bryant being one of them.
Yeah, but
you study, you see what works, and you take it to another level. So, example, Michael Jordan used to shoot 1,000 shots after every game. 1,000.
Yeah.
The next young and watching Michael Jordan's going to say, well, if he shot 1,000,
I'm going to do 2.
I'm going to do 2. Mm-hmm. So then he's going to be better than Michael Jordan.
Okay, yeah.
And that's how it works.
That's how it works, yeah.
So you're never going to get one player, he's just the best. Like, there's always progression. And that's what I believe. And I've been watching the progression since Michael Jordan. Like, who's come after him? Like, who's really come after him and doing his thing? And there's been a lot of basketball players.
Allen Iverson,
Kobe Bryant.
But why didn't they get what he got though? Because they're just as good, and they probably got more flair, if anything. True. Iverson has, definitely.
I think it's about who they want to market. I think marketing's big on it. Who they want to be the face.
Yeah.
Because it's about who's controlling it, innit? Who's controlling the marketing? Who's going to make all the money? Because we can't let all of you make the money.
Or is it deeper than that?
It might be deeper than that.
What's the connections? Hey, see, I'm deep.
Yeah.
I will look into his father. What does his father do? Then I'll probably find a connection from that. You'd be surprised.
It goes deep, man. I think LeBron James, he's a prime example.
LeBron James. He's another Steph Curry, I'm hearing. Not like that, but I'm hearing he done some funny little...
I wouldn't know. But all I do know is, since this kid's been 18 years old, he's been the chosen one. They called him the chosen one. So the NBA's chosen him and said, you're going to be the face. No more Michael Jordan. You're the face. So again, they've chosen him. And it's been like that for 20 years. So everything we see is LeBron James, which is not saying he's not good, because LeBron's amazing, but there's other great players around him.
But
don't get that.
There's history of him, innit? Because he wasn't doing so well.
No,
he's
always done well.
His first.
No. LeBron's been well since.
Yeah?
18 since high school.
Oh, you will know. I wouldn't know.
20 years.
All right, you're speaking.
Yeah. He's one of the ones, but he's not the only one. And I think to touch on your point is why him? Why Michael Jordan? I think they're selected, and then they get all the tools they need.
The first I heard of LeBron was in Drake's video.
Probably. There's levels. Yeah, not everyone's in Drake's videos.
Yeah,
not everyone. There's a lot of basketball players. So again, you got to be selected on that one. So I know where you're going with it. I know what you're saying.
Let's leave it. Let's leave it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a bit peak. So is Future Generations Global got a sponsorship?
No, we're independent.
Independent.
Yeah, literally. I think we're sponsorship.
Have you got sponsorship? Have you had a sponsorship while you was playing basketball?
No.
Never?
No.
Okay.
No.
Is it easy to get one?
It is if you reach out. It depends what you want. Like people get sponsorships for T-shirts. You might want a trainer sponsorship to get some trainers for the players. Might be a food sponsorship. So it depends what you want. But for me, it's about basketball, in it. So
Okay. All right. If throughout your career, last question, my brother. Throughout your career, did you receive any racism? And would you say is there racism in basketball? It's a black man sport from what I can see. Like we're the ones that come out on top of it. But we're not the ones that own anything in the game. So
me personally, I could only talk about my
you
personal
talk about your
experience.
experience. That's it.
I've definitely experienced racism in basketball.
Okay, in what way?
We went to an area. I'm not going to call out any areas, but it wasn't a very black area.
Okay.
So we've gone up there. Back in the day, this was. The phone's gone missing. Someone's phone's gone missing in the sports hall.
Okay.
We've all come from Hackney with do-rags, hoodies. We're standing out. They literally said, it's one of you, man, that took our phone. Like, we just literally got into the sports hall. Like, don't know what's going on. Some people have been there before, phones gone missing. But as soon as we got in there, it was pointing fingers. These lot have done it. And we're like,
that's not good.
Searching our bags and looking for stuff. And we're like, hey, we just got here. But that was that. Well, they looked like they done it. So those little things, you come across those things there. Even if stopping at a petrol station, you go to the wrong area, I stop at a petrol station, you know what I mean? Man's watching you funny and that, like just giving you you're black boy, like watch yourself.
Yeah.
London. So that's not racism, but it's still that you're black and
Was it prejudice?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but I'm talking about in basketball itself.
Like someone just calling you out, throwing a banana at you or something, boy.
To that, not that level, but maybe like the white boy got picked over you kind of thing, and you kind of know it.
1,000,000,000%.
Yeah? Regular.
I'll give you a prime example. England under 17s. They have like 200, 300 players go down to Crystal Palace, and they want to keep the top 20.
Okay.
A lot of us boys from Hackney, we made the top 20. But in the same time, there was a lot of guys from out of London, like, what can I say, Northampton, with these other white areas, let's keep it real, man. Like a lot of these my white brothers, you know what I mean? They're in the top 22, and we're like, well, there's a lot of them, man. Still, there's only like 4 of us, but we're the guys though. We're jumping out the building. But when it was time to pick the 11, none of us got in. It was like, what? Oh, it's them man from Northampton, and you're taking them guys over us. That was a young age. That was under 17s. Not to say it was a black and white thing, but how it looked was you just wanted to take majority of the white brothers, and us men that are jumping out the gym, you're not taking us. So I learned an early lesson that, you know what I mean? It's not even about how you look, it's also where you're from.
I get you.
Man, they're coming from Hackney, Brixton, Forest Gate. Like, we don't really want you on the England team. Like, man from Northampton and that.
It looks better on paper.
Yeah, I mean, so we was experiencing that kind of stuff.
What about Italy then? No racism in Italy? Because Italy is highly racist, bro.
I never experienced no racism. I'll tell you something about Italy, which no one knows. It's very, very influenced by black people.
I bet.
Like, from ancient, like, remember the old school African women that carry the baskets on their head? Yeah. There's still Italian women, old grandmas
doing it there,
doing like that for what they saw.
My bro, the whole world had ebenoids.
Come on,
So when you say Italy, it's no surprise to me.
The way they eat, the way they, feast. They're very
original Moors.
Come on,
yeah.
So when I was there, it was like, it was love still.
It was love, yeah.
Yeah, definitely didn't experience no racism.
Cool. It's mad because you got to ask so much questions to different people to get a full picture.
No, definitely. I'll give you another one funny one. I was in Portugal. Me and my boy went out to Portugal trying to get on the team one summer, and we got shown so much love out there. And it's not until we was on the plane coming back to the end, we were sitting next to some businessman, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm always in Portugal. We do business out here." He goes, "You know how racist Portugal is?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I've just been there for 2 weeks." He's like, "It's one of the most racist places," but it's funny because we was just there for 2 weeks and we got nothing but love, like parks, restaurants. It was cool. So I think it goes by. Another thing, athletes, we get treated a bit differently.
Yeah,
I think if you're just a brother just on holiday walking around a place, you might get treated a bit different. But if you're an athlete coming over there, you play for a basketball team, then you get treated a bit different. So it's a bit of
there's different levels of racism as well. You might not see certain things if you're not exposed to it.
It won't be blatantly in your face. It'd be smiling and But
when I lived in the ends,
come on,
I never experienced racism once. Not once. My whole life growing up in the ends, I never experienced it. When I left the ends,
you started seeing
I saw the bigger picture. It coming left, right, center. I was ducking racism. It was crazy. Then I understood as a nation, it is that. But in the ends, they know man to get their head bust up, so they're not gonna do those things there.
Let me give you a good point, right? Since we're talking about racism, you're younger, so your era when you was coming up in Forest Gate was very black.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why you never experienced no racism.
Yeah, I went to a black school. My friends were all black.
So let me tell you, before that though, when I was growing up,
mad.
It was me and my brethren was the only two black boys on the block. Everyone else was white. Everybody. See Eric Close, the cage?
Yeah.
Everybody white.
So I can't imagine that.
So you was younger. You never saw it. So we experienced that racism of just being the only two black boys on the block with a lot of white brothers. Even though it was love and we grew up together, but we experienced racism.
Yeah, I get that.
It was a time of, you man never saw that. And it's funny because I tell people when I grew up, we was the only black people on the block. When you man grew up and I seen all the black youths running around, I'm like, this is it. But before that, it wasn't that. So
that's crazy.
We've seen that. So that's why you didn't experience no racism, but I did a lot for Escape growing up. West Ham and all that, like Upton Park and all that. It was peak in the 70s, 80s.
Yeah,
like
it
was
Yeah,
big.
so we were kind of lucky. You missed it.
You missed it. But you come at a good time though. We was there.
I wish I was there.
It was that though, man. It was that, man. You had to survive, man. It was survival. It was survival. So yeah, I learned about racism from Forest Gate, from my next door neighbor. Yeah, he taught me.
Like that?
Like, yeah, that's how we learned about it.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, it's a different experience, different times in it. But
yeah, I moved to Forest Gate in 96.
Yeah, we was fully black by then.
So
everyone,
what we talking about?
Because my white brothers, because they were my brothers growing up,
yeah,
them all moved out the ends. They was all moving to South End, Brighton, selling up their houses.
You know why?
At the time, them houses, let me tell you about them houses in Forest Gate. They were going for like 14, 15K back then.
Yeah, I bet.
And that's, man, we couldn't afford that at the time. But of my white family brothers, they could, and they sold and moved out the ends. And then we got more of brothers coming in. So a lot of people don't know about it, about Forest Gate.
No, but there was a saying around them times as well. When they move in, we move out. And I think it's like it was a collective white people.
Let me not tell you, I'm not gonna tell you where I live now, but I live in a nice area. I moved out the ends, me and the missus and our kids, right? And when I first moved out, I've been out there 6 years. I was probably the only brother out there. If you see how it is now,
brothers all over the place,
everywhere. It's like it's beautiful.
It's
to
how
see.
you gotta represent, and you gotta stand firm where you are.
But I like to be the first because I'm out there representing.
You're the bulldozer.
Just to make sure we're right out here.
Well, you're right to be the first. You're the tall, big brother.
I represent us right. I learned that too, traveling. Because a lot of people, when I went to America, they never met anybody from London before. Like, they'll ask me questions like, is there McDonald's in London? Like, so I've always been a representation of, I'm from London and this is how it is. So saying that, yeah, it's just representing, innit?
Nah, big up, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, big up, man. Big up, Coach L, man. Yo, Coach L, this has been an honor, man. I think you don't understand. Like, you're part of my childhood, and you influence me in a positive way. Because I've seen, when I see positivity, I have to act on it.
Come on.
You get me? You make me better. How far you've gone, I'm trying to go that far, my bro. Yeah? So big up yourself, my
So hold on, before we shut down, because I'm also here because of you. Yeah. I need to give you your flowers. And I ain't just saying this because I'm on the show, yeah?
Salute.
So this podcast thing, as you know, it's international. Everyone's doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Do you know how much people I know that want to start their own podcast?
How much?
A lot.
Yeah, they can't.
Sports, they can, but they don't.
Why?
You gotta ask them for whatever reason. So my point is, for you to actually do it, set it up, and go through with it, that's massive in itself. And I wanted to come in there and tell you that personally.
Oh, thank you.
That what you're doing, you're inspiring a lot of people that want to do it. They might even tell you, but I know they're watching and they're like, hundreds out here doing this podcast thing, I want to start mine, and it might give them that energy to go forward. But
big up, man.
You're big out here, and I definitely wanted to come out here and represent for you, man. Because
Boy, it's
I
done
see
now.
you grow up, man. I see you grow up, man, and I'm proud of you. I want to say that too. I'm definitely proud of you.
I appreciate that.
See you, one of the young brothers out here inspiring the man, them. Because it could have went left.
It went left.
Okay,
It
and then
went
we
left.
got back on the right
I got
track.
back on the right track, bro. It went proper left.
Like it does.
I ghosted.
Okay.
You know I ghosted.
Okay.
I don't have to say too much, but it went left.
And then now look where we are.
Yeah.
We're back right.
I'm the Phoenix. I died and reborn. I come back better.
And you're giving strength to everyone else that's watching you, man. And that's massive out here, my G. Come on.
I can't hold everything to myself. I have to let it off.
There's powers behind it.
There's powers, you know what I'm saying?
Of course. Come on.
Nah, big up yourself. Thank you for that, man.
Nah, man, you're a G.
A lot of people know my journey. I don't really spill my journey out.
Me too.
Because I don't feel like it's necessary.
But when the time's right, things come out, everything reveals itself.
Everything reveals itself, man. But I'm here doing this because I would like to edutain the people them.
Which you're doing.
Yeah.
Which you're doing, my G.
That's the truth of it. That's my whole purpose. And I think that's my destiny, to edutain people. So this is why Powers got made, to edutain. And that's the only philosophy I follow. If it's not edutaining, I don't want to hear it, bro. It has to fill up my head with some knowledge, and it has to make me have fun doing it as well.
Bro, that's why I'm here. And what I want from this is not only for the youngsters, because that's what we work with. I think sending the message to the youngsters, giving them motivation and energy.
Yep.
I want this show here for everyone to start tuning in, because we need a UK podcast, which we all watch. I think a lot of us, especially basketballers, we watch American podcasts, which is cool, but we need this. This is what we need. Yeah. And you set it up and you've got it out there. So I just want everyone to plug in, lock into what my G's doing, man, because it's big out here for sure.
No, big up, coach.
Come on.
Hey, if I had him as a coach as a younger,
come on, motivation.
I'll be a new man.
Come on.
But big up, Dan. I appreciate you coming down. It's good dropping off the history. It's good catching up with you as well.
Always.
And I wish you well, man.
Hey, when I'm in Ghana, I'm coming back, man. We're going to sit down and talk about what's going on
Part
in
2.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what? You can come down for a Powers talk if you ever want to come down for a Powers talk.
Anytime, my G.
All right, salute. That's Coach L, my people.
Salute.
Big up, my brother.
Powers.